I'm talking with Steve Blanchard. This is the second time I've spoken with Steve Blanchard. The first time we spoke about a company he was with called Stored Tech. He was so enthusiastic and so happy about that. And the way that came off so well, it got a lot of views and a lot of people resonated with it. So I wanted to have Steve back. Steve, what have you been doing and how are things for you at this point in time? Looking up, I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, things are great. I unfortunately am no longer with Stored Tech. Everything that I brought to the table on the previous time we talked was genuine. I was very excited for that opportunity. But I think the biggest reason why I was excited for the opportunity is the transition from corporate America to a business I felt like I could help grow in an expansion market. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, which happens in business, but it definitely led me an epiphany to my new path in business, which I'm extremely excited about.
Can you tell us what that new path is for
I
yourself?
can Well, that's kind of why we're here today, Chris.
Yeah.
I wanted to, I thought our podcast went so well the first go round organically that I thought this was a great platform to exclusively sit there and launch my brand new company. So I'm excited to do that here today.
I am looking forward to hearing about it. I have seen the materials describing what it is. I've seen the videos and heard you describe it. I can't wait to hear more about it. And I don't want to be the one to say the name. You should do that. This is kind of your baby in this area in New York State, and tell us all about it. I know it involves something that I used to be involved in too, in a way, in the automobile industry. But maybe you can go a little further and tell us what you do.
Yeah, well, let's show the video, and that'll probably be the best way to launch it in an effective manner. So let's go ahead and show what the announcement's all about.
All right. Wow, Steve.
It's exciting, right?
That's it is exciting. Is that's a great video, by the way, and it
Yeah.
just it's well done. I can't
I
take.
was very happy with how it came out.
Yeah, it did come out well. But is automobile industry as in warranty work,
Yep.
warranties for pre-owned cars?
Yeah, well, we do used and new cars, but Empire State Warranty is a company that I thought about for a while, being in the automobile industry for 7 8 years, having
Mhm.
really extremely close relationships with the car dealerships that I know in this area today. I mean, some of
Yeah.
these guys went to my wedding. It's been a great experience to build not only personal relationships with some of these individuals, but business relationships that I think will last a long time. So I
Right.
wanted to provide something that really benefited them. I missed that relationship. And what was great is I could get back into the industry, just, working with them directly, but also own a company that could help them, right? Be an owner, which was really exciting to me. So
So you were in this industry obviously before, and you sold these. And sold is the wrong word, but you effectively marketed the warranties with that company. But that was a different era kind of for you. This is new for you because you own this. Am
Yeah.
I correct in this?
Yeah, I was just a representative of a larger company. It was a Fortune 1000 company out of Indianapolis,
Right.
where I was the first rep ever hired in upstate New York. So, yeah, I went into it a little bit in the previous video, but I was doing $0 when I first started in 2013, and I didn't have any B2B experience. I didn't have any car warranty or automobile experience. I had no relationships, so it was full grassroots, organic, hit the road and grind it out. It was tough. I took
Yeah,
on
I
two
don't.
jobs during that build, temporarily, just to keep myself afloat from a financial perspective. But all my mentors in the space told me to keep pushing, and within 4.5 years, I built it to an over $1 million market. Had really tight relationships with dealers, which gave me the confidence of when things didn't work out on that path, my job was eliminated in that path when the company was sold out. I waited for my non-compete to end. During that process, I was creating Empire State Warranty on the back end, so
Wow.
waiting for the time to release. So opportunities represented itself as I started looking into getting back into the warranty space. Thanks to networking, of course. I had some peers reach out to me and set up some things and put some things in line that created a blueprint to launch this,
Right.
and then here we are, is
Wow.
launch day.
One of the things from me being in the automobile sales end of it, selling certified pre-owned used cars on a Chevrolet basis, but this could apply for any brand, I guess, right? From
Yeah.
what you're doing. So Empire State Warranty will cover, there's a way to cover certified pre-owned vehicles that aren't for used car dealerships that aren't part of a franchise, aren't part of a major corporation. How does that work?
Yeah, so it's actually creating a certified pre-owned program that's specific to the dealer. Uh, Franchises have a really big differentiator when it comes to the pre-owned market because of the peace of mind that the client has coming into the doors about the used cars. There's almost a sense when you go into a Hyundai store or a Ford store or a Chevy store of, well, this is a quality car because it's coming from Ford or Chevy. And that's really what the certified pre-owned program is supposed to do, is
Yeah.
create a sense of calmness and create a sense of security that
Yeah.
they're getting a quality vehicle. However, and it's just a way to really market something that has been a process in the automobile industry for a very long time,
Right.
but it just wasn't written down or wasn't isolated to a marketing program of sorts. So the franchise world did a really good job with that. The independent car dealerships really haven't had an opportunity to sit there and do the same thing, just because the programs really haven't been out there or haven't been effectively executed or educated in a way to launch it to really make a revenue streamline that
Mhm.
benefits their front end business. So that's really what Empire State Warranty is doing with the certified pre-owned program. Is we're really supplanting out the Chevys, the Hondas, the Fords of the world. We're bringing ourselves in there as that administrator, and then we create the program for the dealership. So
Okay.
there's really 4 steps into a certified program. The first step is the car has to be underneath a specific year and mileage level
Right.
to qualify to be a certified vehicle. The
Right.
second thing is it has to include some sort of certified warranty attached to it. So that's where Empire State Warranty comes in. The third part is we provide a inspection checklist in which we would talk to the dealership that would be a part of Empire State Warranty.
Hmm.
We would then partner with their certified repair shop, and this doesn't need to be a repair shop they own. It could also be a repair shop that is just doing their work on a day-to-day basis, but
Right.
we would have to identify who that repair shop is,
Yeah.
because they would go through that inspection checklist to essentially certify the car. And then the fourth thing is that it would have to come with some sort of car history report, such as
Okay.
AutoCheck or Carfax are the two most popular auto
So
history reports out there.
if a customer, a client, however you want to word that, were to buy a certified used car from a Chevy dealer or buy a certified used car from a company, a used car dealer that has Empire State Warranty, the feeling, the peace of mind is the same, right?
Yeah.
That's
There's really no difference. It's really up to the dealership how they want to set the program up, because the biggest differentiators in a certified program is essentially how many checkpoints you're doing in that inspection checklist. I
right.
mean, there's some of these franchises get crazy with like 200 point checklists, and some of the checklists is like check cup holder. That's kind of how they do it,
I've seen
right?
that. I've seen
Yeah, there are some that go above and beyond. So that's the first part, and you got to really determine, okay, what is really going to give my consumers
Mhm.
a peace of mind? Maybe the cup holder check is not not needed.
You cover a lot of things. I mean, Empire State covers a lot of things,
Yeah,
and I have a list. I mean, there we could spend 3 hours talking about it.
yeah,
But a lot of companies, a lot of manufacturers, and franchise stores have very long warranties. Manufacturer warranties and long powertrain warranties. And I noticed one of the things that Empire State does is a lifetime powertrain, right?
yes. Yeah, that's another front end tool to push front end sales. The car market's really interesting, right? Because if you look at the franchise world, there's
Hmm.
about a 60 to 40% split between revenue streamlines for a franchise dealership. 60% of their revenue streamline comes from back end product lines.
Right.
40% comes from front end. Not a lot of people know that unless you're in the automotive industry. That's pretty common practice if you've worked in a franchise space. In the independent space, that shift is about 90-10. 90% of the revenue streamline normally comes in the front end,
Mhm.
10% comes in the back end. So there's a level of trying to distribute revenue stream in these independent space to be more healthy, to create more flexibility and not being so wavy as it comes to the way the car space is, and they're
Mhm.
not so the crutch isn't how many cars they sell each month. It's trying to get that back end revenue streamline higher, so they feel more comfortable.
Mhm.
And that's really what that lifetime powertrain warranty is looking to
Okay.
do. It's looking to reduce turn time in the space. The average turn time, or where at least should be, is about 54 to 57 days. So
Right.
54 to 57 days is really where a car dealership should, when they buy the wholesale vehicle, they get it reconditioned. Once they recondition, they get it onto the lot. It should really stay there max of 57 days. If after the 57-day mark doesn't occur, they should really start considering what they're going to do with that car.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they'll reduce the price, which cuts into their retail margin, or they might just flip it for a resale or wholesale it out again, and which
Yeah.
is going to be a dramatic decrease in retail margin as well from what they originally did. Or it might just be a wash, or it might be a negative.
Hmm.
So what these lifetime powertrain warranties, a certified pre-owned program, is looking to do is try to get to that goal of a 55 to 57-day turn time,
So it helps.
and really make the warranty and the back end conversation a part of the front end conversation, right?
Yeah.
So what we've noticed with these programs, if we've seen an increase in penetration level between cars that don't have a warranty included on it to a car that does have a warranty included on it, because it doesn't feel like an add-on sell. It doesn't say, "Oh, by the way," or it doesn't feel like additional money to the client or the customer that's coming into
Right.
the door. It
Right.
feels like it's a part of the vehicle. So the conversation's already being done at the car, and when it's being done at the car, there's a higher rate of getting additional coverage on those cars, which
Yeah,
allows that streamline to
because it's
increase.
part of the original selling.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not
absolutely.
not like, oh, by the way, let's go to the finance office so they can sell you more stuff. which
Right.
which
Yeah.
when I was selling cars, I heard that a lot. Oh no, I don't want to go in there. They're going to try and sell me this.
Yeah, and that's what you hear all the time in the franchise space is building the bridge to the finance department,
Yeah,
and
no, I used to hear that all the time.
yeah, and that's really important. But in the independent space, these guys don't have those luxuries.
No,
You really got to be creative and a little bit different in order to appease and really help them, because they're not the same as a franchise. The franchise market and the independent dealer market is different.
yeah,
I've worked for companies that don't view it that way. They view it as one and the same. It's not. If
no,
you
no,
take that cookie cutter approach to the same thing, you're really going to struggle, and it's or you're going to just plateau and be in the same spot every year in and year out. That's why I'm excited about Empire State, because we don't really have product lines that just isolate ourselves to the independent space or just isolate ourselves to the franchise space. We really have a gamut of product solutions
based on that,
that both space.
based on that video, yes, you do. If you could reiterate a bit, a lot of the things, one of the things characteristic about independent dealers is a lot of the cars they have, a lot of the automobiles and trucks they have are high mileage,
Yeah.
100,000 plus, whatever. I mean, in that area, basically. Tell me about Empire State Warranty's high mileage protection.
Yeah, so we have specific programs for these cars that are higher mileage that, sometimes you get into some programs that reduce the amount of coverage you get, but the increase of wholesale cost goes up. So it's almost like if you looked at a graph, it separates this way because of risk value of those vehicles. What our high mileage program does is eliminates that too. So that comes together. The ESW Max program is something that really I'm excited about, because there's a niche there that hasn't really been fulfilled in quite a long time, because I've noticed a lot of companies go this way,
Yeah.
and Empire State is going to kind of be this way and closer to this to maintain coverage levels that that a customer truly is looking for, and gets the peace of mind of, and they're really not entirely handcuffed to not getting what they deserve just because of the mileage tier of the car. Now, I mean, there's you get to a point in the warranty space where there's a tier, which is
Yeah.
normally like 200,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
Um, and those are anything over that. There are some companies out there that do that, but those cars are pretty risky.
Oh yeah.
But that 100 to 200 range, that's a sweet spot. And we have programs like the high mileage program that's specific to that. But we even have some of our normal plans, the ESW vehicle service contract plan, which is our standard plan, that covers up to 150,000 miles. So we even have some plans in there that cover that 100 to 150K range.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna go run down a list of some of the stuff we saw in the video. Not too much, and then maybe you can pick one you think maybe we ought to highlight.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the high mileage protection we just talked about. We have the custom pricing structure. I think you touched on that. Tell me about custom pricing structure based on the needs of the deal.
Yeah, so custom pricing is really another exciting key piece of Empire State Warranty, because we can cultivate a pricing structure to the dealer.
Yeah.
It's not just a cookie cuttered standard rate that you just come into and say, here's your rate, this is what you're going to sell. Do we have that? Of course we do. That's standard practice in the market. However, based on discussions that I would have with dealerships up here, we can create a custom layout based on an agreement between both parties. So we can agree on, I myself can say, okay, what can I expect from the dealership? And then the dealership can say, this is what you expect. This is where I need the rate to be in order to get that volume. And we can custom rate the contracts for that. So that's exciting to know that there's an extreme amount of flexibility within our program in terms of cost, and we do that based on the relationship with the dealer, and building that relationship out. Our goal in our company is to make sure that we're making it the most simplest tools and resources in the back end for car dealerships on the market. And I am a firm believer in being in the market for 7 or 8 years that nobody in New York, and I would even challenge that nobody in the country provides the tools and resources that Empire State can provide to dealers. But that's all hot air until I get into the dealerships and go into the F&I departments, they start selling it. But I think they'll notice a significant difference in terms of what we provide.
Wow. Okay. I heard something about a contest.
Yes.
Tell us about what's going on with Empire State Warranty and some kind of prize. What's going on with that?
So I was so excited about the launch, and I feel like that excitement is going to resonate with the dealers I have relationships with,
Right.
that I wanted to give back. I wanted to, this Empire State Warranty is one of the first founded New York companies ever made. And what I mean by that is there's been car warranty companies in New York State for quite a while right now. There's a lot of competitors out there to this day. I can think of 4 or 5 off the top of my head. But has there been a warranty company that has been founded by someone who lives in New York State, that's starting it in New York State, and their base route dealerships are in New York? And the answer to that is I haven't found one. And I know a lot, and I've been in the market for quite a long time. This is going to be one. I'm very confident that this is accurate information, that we're the first of its kind to be a New York founded based company. So I wanted to share that excitement, and we have a program that we're going to share, in which is a point structure based level, where we take the coverage term, and I believe we have up to eight coverage terms, or 11. I'd have to recheck that. But it's 11 coverage terms, and then 8 of the term limits. And depending on you actually picking the coverage term, will influence the points that you get for the coverage term.
Okay.
And then the length of term of contract has a point structure to it too. So you add those two together. Say, for an example, you sell a 3-month vehicle service contract or limited warranty, or whatever the case may be. That could be 2 points.
Right.
That's kind of how it would work. By the end of that contest, it's going from January to April. I will have a first place, second place, and third place, and they will get prizes for that. So the winner gets an iPad, first place gets an iPad, second place gets dinner for two. Either them and their spouse, or maybe they want to go drinking with a buddy. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't care what they do. I'll figure it out with the winner. And then third place would be just a gift certificate of their choice or a gift card of their choice. So I'm really excited about that. I wanted to give back. Within the first 30 days of the contest, what we have is kind of like a legacy multiplier, meaning you're like kind of a founding dealer of Empire State. So it gives you a little bit of credibility. You could say, hey, we were actually one of the first dealers to sell Empire State warranty in the area. So those dealerships that are going to sign up and write their first contracts in January, just sign up and write their first contract in January, actually get a multiplier for the rest of the contest. So it puts them at an advantage to win it. And what I would also say is some of these dealerships that might not have the type of volume that some of the larger dealerships have too, sign up in January, get the multiplier, and you're going to be right there for it, and you'll be very competitive just as much as
Well,
maybe a larger volume dealer.
I am pleased that I'm pleased to be helping you launch this and helping get the word out for it. And I'm going to wish you the best of luck with Empire State Warranty, and we'll be certainly following this along the way. And at some point down the road, we'll have you on again, and we'll see, how the progress is going and how people are responding to it, and the dealers themselves, and maybe just customers of them as well. And
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, best of luck, Steve, and great talking to you again. We'll do it again.
Thank you. Thanks for the outlet. I'm really excited for this journey, and I'm even more excited at what it's going to provide to the car market.
There you
So
go.
I'm ready to get out there running. It's exciting to announce this today and distribute this podcast out for everybody to know what I'm doing. I know I've had a lot of people sit there and say, Steve, what are you doing? Well, now you know. So call me. Yeah, call me and let's get you rolling.
All right. Rock and roll.
Take care, Chris.
Thanks.